Hey y'all, welcome to Together Real Bad.
Real bad. I am Beautiful with 3 L's.
And I am Ace with an A, a C, and an E.
We invite you to join us bi-weekly as we discuss topics such as pop culture,
relationship dynamics,
date night activities,
and maybe even a little flag football.
Discover how we nurture our growing relationship with intentional activities,
questions,
love,
and service. Subscribe to us on your favorite podcast app to listen
or check out our website at togetherrealbad.com.
And now on to the show.
She's stuck inside my mental. She got a body like a temple. Even though she drives me crazy.
Hey guys, welcome back to Together Real Bad.
Real Bad.
I am Beautiful.
And I'm Ace.
And
this is our podcast. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say like last time. This is our podcast.
I thought we edited that out.
Nope.
Well, we still learning over here.
It's okay. Nobody's perfect, right?
Nobody's perfect. I gotta work it.
I don't know that song.
Again till I get it right.
I don't know that song.
I don't know where that's from actually.
You just made that up?
No, I didn't make that up.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's from like a High School Musical or some shit.
It might be.
Maybe.
It might be.
I don't remember.
So what's up?
What's up with you, shorty?
Nothing. Chilling. Yeah.
We had a good weekend together.
Man, I feel like it was an epic weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Like,
don't even start in or work your way the right way.
I got you. I was just gonna say it was a really unplanned, very eventful weekend.
Okay. Maybe.
That's all.
Okay. I just wanted you to go in the
chronological order of
Yes.
how everything happened.
Yes.
Why I gotta do it?
Because.
So first off,
yes, I thought you would do it because you'd be excited about the last thing.
Friday. What did we do Friday?
Friday we went to Yardbird.
That was Friday?
Yeah, that was Friday. She don't love me, y'all.
I do. I feel like that was earlier in the week.
No, because you got called off.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so we went to Yardbird.
Yes, and that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun because you knew
the chef.
Yeah.
I did, and she definitely hooked us up. I love her, Chef D.
Shout out Chef D.
Yes. Yeah, we have some of that footage on our TikTok.
Oh, we do. The little unplanned night that we had.
Yeah.
It was good. Then after that, we went to
Dorothy downstairs.
I think it's just Dorothy, but then like their website is Dorothy downstairs because it's literally
downstairs
in a basement.
No service.
No service at all.
I think they did it on purpose.
I mean,
they want you to mix and mingle with the ladies.
I get it, which is fine, right? Which is fine.
Yes. For those that don't know, Dorothy Downstairs is a lesbian owned and operated bar.
Correct. But they welcome everyone. They make that really clear and apparent in their marketing assets. But it was good. Yeah, it was very like 70s, did we say?
Yeah, it was like a 70s type of vibe and style in there. They definitely could use some more chairs. But
I mean, it's a bar lounge, so are you really supposed to have that many chairs?
I mean, they didn't have enough.
Okay. I mean, they had the 30-person couch, which was
the bed couches over in the corner that they wouldn't let nobody use. Yeah. Those are cool. And then towards the end of the night, I feel like they like moved the rope and some people started to go over there.
Yeah. It was a good time. How'd you feel about the drinks?
The drinks?
Startender.
The drinks were good.
Okay.
The one drink that I thought was interesting was the one with the coffee and it was something else. It was nothing along the lines of like an espresso martini or anything like that. But it was, I don't know. I didn't try it, but I stayed away from it because I didn't think that was going to taste good at all.
Well, I don't know anything about drinking or coffee, so you cannot depend on me for that.
No, you had a whiskey sour.
Yeah, which was okay.
Yeah.
And not to say that it wasn't good because they made it. I'm not a big drinker.
Yeah. It was a classic one too with the egg white. So it tastes good to me.
Okay.
I liked it.
Okay.
And then
if you're pleased, then.
And then me and the one of the bartenders created a drink together. And that was pretty good.
You want to share what that was?
Nope.
You going to try and get it minted at the bar at Dorothy? See if we can get it named after you?
Or maybe I'll even just put it on our TikTok.
Oh, that would be good.
Like a cute little segment.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. we'll see. We'll see. But okay, so that was Friday. So Saturday, I ended up having to work later on in the day. But that morning / afternoon, we went to Grant Park for the Gold Coast Art Festival.
Yes, the Gold Coast Art Fair.
Oh, Art Fair,
Yes,
not festival.
Art Fair. Art Fair. Art. Anyhow, Gold Coast Art Fair, they had artists from all over the United States. I think I saw like Arizona, California, obviously, Florida, obviously here in Chicago or Illinois. And it's just a good, relaxing time. Listen to some live music, they were kind of like a country folk band, but really we were eating.
Yeah.
And kind of enjoying their music, which I knew one song, which I tipped them for because my dad used to sing it.
Oh.
And so yeah, good time. Been in the past, which is how I knew about it, and purchased like a few art pieces, but nothing caught my eye this time. Actually, I'm lying. Something did catch my eye this time, but I did not want to pay what they wanted. It was pretty cool art with Jordan and like one of his shoes, and then there was Jimi Hendrix, and then there was
I like
that
artist as well.
Bob Marley. They had a painting of Bob Marley, but they wanted a ton of money for it, and I'm not haggling anybody on their price because I understand what it is to create. So maybe next time for them.
Yeah, there are a lot of unique artwork out there as well. Like this one lady who really impressed me with the books, and she was spelling out words within the books, like in the pages.
Really cool. Yeah,
and like it's supposed to be, it's like meant for like a mantle or like a bookshelf, and like so the book is like halfway open, and then the words.
They're like 3D.
Yeah,
they
3D,
jump out at you. Yeah, that was really cool. Very, very cool. Trying to think, there's anything else that stood out to me. I kind of like pop art, which is like I think it's more of like a new school style. There were a couple artists that had that there, so that was really cool.
Can you explain pop art?
So it's like, what is that artist's name that did like the Campbell Soups? What is that guy's name? Andy Warhol. Yeah, Andy Warhol. He's kind of like the father of pop art. He has a bunch of different art that is like, it's almost like modern day, if you will, with like a really weird twist. So it's more like modern day, more loud colors, more expressive strokes. So I did enjoy looking at that. I don't know that if I had like a game room or something, I'd probably want to own a piece of it and put it in there, but I don't know where else it would fit.
Maybe in the future.
You
will have your little game room.
Because you don't want me to have anything out in the open like arcade games and
Correct.
PS5s.
Correct. Like that stuff can be hidden inside, like, the TV stand or like the wall mount. It can be inside, hidden away. But I do not want it out in the open. No, I like more of like the clean look.
We're going to have a hard time designing a place for both of us, y'all.
You going to have your spaces, and I'm going to have mine. Then we're going to have our communal areas.
You going to have a woman cave?
It might be a salon. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, moving on to Sunday. I'm going to let you go ahead and talk about Sunday, because that was like your creme de la creme, pièce de résistance, as they say.
So Sunday was it was like my favorite day of the year so far, and we're in month 6. So I had a football game. We ended up winning, actually, which was, cool, I guess, after a terrible season.
She didn't make the playoffs, y'all.
Why are you?
But our team did.
You ain't right.
I didn't say anything bad. I just told a fact. Y'all didn't make the playoffs.
I wasn't even going that far.
I'm just saying, we're going to put it out there for those that are interested in knowing what goes on with flag football. She didn't make the playoffs, and my team did. We're going to leave it at that. Go ahead.
Whatever. So anyway, we did end up winning the last game of our season. But that wasn't the highlight at all.
No, not at all.
Afterwards, we went to go to our friend Bree's birthday at this brunch, and it was a really, really good time.
It was a good time.
The food was good. The vibes were good. The drinks were good.
For sure.
I actually saw one of my old teammates from Chicago Blitz, Telly, who actually is the reason why I joined football to begin with. Yes. Okay. She was on Pretty Strong. I forget which network it was on, but it was a reality TV show about women tackle football and the team specifically here in Chicago. Okay. So I fell in love with the show, fell in love with her, and then fell in love with the sport. So it was really nice seeing her. My friend Bree, or our friend Bree, I'm sorry, was actually on her way to a trip that same day. And
that's right, she was. Tanzania?
Zanzibar.
And Tanzania?
Girl, all of the things.
Bree travels a lot, so we have no clue.
But anyway, they were leaving that day. And for those who live in Chicago, know that same weekend was Hyde Park Summerfest. Yep. And they had a 2-day pass. Sunday was the second day, and they gave us their passes. Shout
out to Bree and John for the passes. Thank you so much.
It was our ghetto blessing of the day.
Period.
That led to many more. Man,
because I had been trying to get to Hyde Park Summerfest for forever, and it just was not happening. But yeah, ghetto blessing for sure.
It was my very first time too, and I actually really enjoyed it for the most part.
Yeah, it was a good time.
So yeah, we had a good time there. We went into a couple
VIP areas.
Yes, we went into a couple VIP areas and lounges where I saw a lot of people from the industry that I'm in, that I've used to see when I was out, whether they were my regulars or just people that I actually even worked with.
Right.
So that was nice to see. While we were just kicking it around, like walking around.
Wait, do you need a drum roll for this?
No, I don't need a drum roll.
Yes.
I met my soul sister. Yoli was in the building, y'all.
In the building. Boom, 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 boom.
Yoli from Queer Ultimatum was in the building.
Queer Love
Ultimatum. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited to tell you guys the story. I forgot the name of the doggone show. So I see her, and let me tell y'all, she is the sweetest, cutest little thing. Yeah. Like, she's very tiny.
Tiny, yeah.
She's super tiny. Like on the show, she looked tiny, but in person, she's even smaller than that. Yeah. But she was super sweet. I'm guessing she's a fire sign that's like me, because she asked me what my sign was, and she gave me like a high five, like, "Oh, okay, you know, like me, something like that." So
probably so.
Yeah. We took a couple pictures together. I invited her to listen to the podcast. I posted us on our social medias and got a pretty good feedback. I don't know, I was just really excited. And I did tell her that we were going to be at the party this upcoming Sunday. Yes. That she's hosting / putting on.
With Lovers and Friends, I think is the name of their, I don't know if it's a promotional group or I don't know what it is, but it's called Lovers and Friends, and they are on Instagram. So
yes,
we'll be in the building. So
the event is for queer women of color. Yep. And
30 plus.
So there are a couple of different criteria that you have to pass to come. Yeah. Although it is welcome to everyone, right? But it is 30 plus.
It is 30 plus.
So I told her that we will be there, and she was like super excited. Said that she was going to be looking out for us when we get there. So my friend, because that's my friend now, that's my best friend.
My best friend. That's my best friend.
So anyway, that was a really cool experience. So I'm excited to see her this upcoming Sunday. She, I think I said in another podcast that she was going to be my best friend, and we are on the road to that.
Either you said it in a podcast or you said it to me, because I was like, you have manifested a friendship with Yoli, because that is the most randomest thing to see her at Hyde Park Summerfest. And we weren't even supposed to go.
And we weren't even supposed to be there.
It's crazy.
It was meant to be. It was definitely
y'all
meant to be.
Y'all should see how big she's cheesing right now.
But yeah, no, it was the best day of the year for me so far, up until Beyonce's concert on the 22nd. So,
which you'll be in attendance.
I will be in attendance,
and I'll be at home by choice.
Okay, thank you for putting that out there. But yes, so that was our weekend. It was very eventful. It was completely unplanned for some of the things that happened.
Everything was basically unplanned. I mean, the Gold Coast Art Fair was like, if we make it, if we don't. But and then Bree's birthday was definitely planned, but everything else was like,
and that's kind of how we like to roll too.
For sure.
I mean, I feel like that's when the best experiences happen, when they're unplanned.
For sure. Absolutely. But the best experiences happen with you anyway. So, I know.
You love me?
I do love you. Yes.
You love me?
Yes, I love you.
I love you too. But speaking of Queer Love Ultimatum, we need a new Netflix show to watch.
We do. We're taking suggestions.
Yes. So if you guys have any recommendations for new shows, preferably queer shows, we're interested in seeing what that's about and exploring those different, what would you call it?
Genres of television.
Genres of television, whether it's scripted or non-scripted. I love reality TV, so that's my thing, but I'm not opposed to
a good movie too. Yeah, I agree. Hit us up, TikTok, IG. Drop a note, a message.
Yeah.
Should I give out my phone number for a text?
Why would you do that? Girl? No.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but for real, we want to interact with y'all. So hit us up and let us know what recommendations y'all have for Netflix.
Yes.
So what's our topic for today? Well, first of all, what's our quote?
Our quote is, "It's not the age difference that matters. It's how you handle it."
Yeah, that quote is from an article I read about age differences, which kind of sparked this conversation.
Yes.
So it is, the topic is basically age gaps. So would you care to tell how old you are?
For those of you guys who have been wondering, I am 31.
And I already said that I am 41.
I'll be 32 in November.
And so we have approximately a 9-year age gap between us.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel like it though.
It doesn't, but that's because I'm just a big kid.
You are.
I feel like kid. It. Okay. Well, yeah, I am. I can't deny that.
And I'm pretty, mature for my age.
You are.
It's like we meet in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, so 41, 31, we at 36.
We at 36 together.
36, 37. We're at 36, 36 together.
That's
36,
fair.
37 together.
That's fair. That's fair. So how do you think we navigate our age difference?
I feel like the focus is on our mutual interest and not our age. Like, we met playing football.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. When you was a young tenderoni.
When I was a young at the tender age of 37.
Yeah. So that for music, I think it was our first or second date. You were playing something, or I was playing something, and we both liked it. And we happened to have this same habit of, when we have a song that we like, we play that song out until the lyrics fall off the page. Like,
on repeat.
On repeat.
For
nonstop, for weeks at a time.
For probably weeks at a time. Yeah. I don't know if anybody else does that. If you do, hit us up, let us know. Because sometimes I'm like, I must have a problem.
Nope. It's not a problem at all, because I do the same thing. And I'm usually the person that's like reliant on other people putting me onto music, because I be stuck for so long.
I agree.
On certain songs or certain albums that I don't know what's coming. Like what the kids are listening to today, I have no idea. I'll never know, because I'm not hanging around with any kids, or like rap isn't my choice to listen to like firsthand. So I will never know.
And I definitely will never know. You know what? I take that back. Because if I'm on IG and I'm just like surfing, I might hear something and I'll hear it again. And I'll be like, oh, that must be popular. So like, that's how I found out about, what's dude's name? Sing the song Toes. I can't remember his name.
Toes?
Yes, the name of the song is Toes.
Toes. Toes.
Toes. like your feet.
Girl, what?
That's how I found about
This song?
The Baby. Yeah. Because I just used to, it wasn't this song.
So cold, I think I'm done with ice.
Burr. It was a song.
Okay. I didn't know that the song was called Toes though.
Yes, it's called Toes. That's how I found out about it. And so.
And how long ago was this? Because this is old.
Yeah, maybe about 2-3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe about 2-3 years. Yeah, that's the only way I knew about The Baby. It's because I was on Instagram and somebody was probably doing a dance. And I was like, oh, I like that. Made me stomp my feet.
It made you stump your feet. Oh my God. You probably not. I wasn't around to confirm nor deny this, so I can't say for sure. But for you probably did stump your feet.
Stop hating.
Ain't nobody hating on you, girl.
Okay. And then the other one was the short one with what's the other rapper with the dance? You hit your hips.
I just wanna,
yes. Who is that?
I don't know.
Okay, that's how I found out about that song. So
I mean, I know I could see him in my head.
me too. I see his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dark-skinned cat, real wild locks, colored locks.
He dated in one of the City Girls, or he was.
See, I don't even know that. Anyhow, I think the point is that we kind of embrace our difference in age when it comes to music.
Like, first of all, somebody on our TikTok was like,
oh yeah.
upset along with you of the fact that I did not know. Let's make a love in the elevator. Okay, yeah. I've heard the song now, y'all.
I did. I showed her the video.
I've seen it. I know it now. Okay.
I'm gonna have to tell those two people that commented to listen to this podcast. Shout out to those two people that was behind me. Like, that's a good song.
Just because I heard it don't mean it's good to me. But no shade. Not my thing. No shade. It's not. It just wasn't my.
It's a good song. We've also done that with Harlem Nights.
Yes. So I knew some of the lines from this movie because of my mother. She used to say lines from the movie all the time.
Yeah.
Never knew where it was from. She wouldn't explain herself. She would just be like, it shot me in my pinky toe. Like, and I used to be like, girl,
what?
Or it was another one too.
We were watching Kings of Comedy.
Yes, Kings of Comedy. My mom used to say stuff from there all the time too. I had no idea.
It's gonna be some furniture moving in this motherfucker.
Some furniture moving and misunderstandings or something like that.
And bust your head to the white meat. I swear for God.
She used to say all that stuff, and it wasn't in a joking matter. Like, that was a threat.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't do what I asked you to do, it's gonna be some furniture moving and some misunderstandings. Like, what are you talking about?
In her head, she's dying laughing.
And we sit up here like, what? Ma'am, what does that mean?
Oh,
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Good times.
Oh, man, that's hilarious. We have this age gap, right? Sometimes I feel like even in just regular relationships, you can kind of lose yourself in your partner or in your relationship. So how do you feel like we keep our individuality as far as like the things we like to do?
I don't think it's super, super intentional. I think it's the way that we keep our individuality as of right now is purely based on our schedules, right? So when I'm away at work, you're able to, be alone, editing, doing some work. If you have events, you play video games, you do all those things. You go to the gym when I'm not going to the gym, you know what I'm saying?
When you could, but you don't.
I want you to keep your individuality, and that's your thing.
If y'all could see her face, y'all would know it's the biggest excuse ever. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I mean to interrupt you.
Anyway, yeah. So I feel like that's how keep your individuality. Like, sometimes I go out and I take myself to go get my nails done.
Yeah.
I also take you sometimes. So that's
I get clear. Don't worry, y'all.
Ain't nobody worried about you. But I mean, I love to do my hair. So like,
And
that's
all
me
you.
time.
Yes, that's all you. That's why I locked this hair, because tired. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, anyway, so like, I feel like that's how we keep our individuality. We keep those things kind of separate. Mm-hmm. Again, like I said, not intentionally. It's pretty much based on our schedules, but I think it's helpful. I think it's a good thing, not a bad thing.
And you think it's a good thing considering our age gap, our 9-year age gap? Or does it even really matter?
It doesn't. I don't think it matters about the age gap. You want to keep your individuality in any relationship.
Very true.
Do you remember us setting any expectations for our age gap?
I don't think we set any expectations for our age gap. I think that I was the one that was most concerned about it. Just because, one, how it can look from the outside, right? Like, people will sometimes judge you like, why are you dating somebody that's 9 years younger than you, right? What can they do for you? What can they give to you? And to answer that question, like, a whole different perspective on how you view things, a whole different way of thinking, right? Like, you came up in literally a different time. And so your outlook on a bunch of things is more refreshed than mine. Like, I'm kind of old school anyway, just because my parents are from the South. That's like the epitome of old school, right? And so I think it's, you have a lot of valuable insight. You know a lot more about social media than I do. You know a lot more about design than I do when it comes to like spaces. I always get great thoughts and insight from you when it comes to my businesses and the suggestions on what to do and how to do it. It's just a fresh perspective. And I think that's something that can't be taken lightly, right? Like, I don't know that dating somebody exactly like me would be beneficial to me, right? Because I mean, you date and you have relationships for like companionship, things that they can help you with, things that you can do with them, how you guys can grow together, right? I feel like if I dated someone exactly like me, not even talking about age difference, that we may grow apart just because of the fact that we feel like, oh, we got it. We good. Like, what do we?
There's not much to learn from each other.
Right. Exactly. So we didn't set any expectations. I was concerned about the number, but you were like, I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't care. I actually never thought about it that way. Like, even with people questioning you, like, why would you want to be with somebody younger? Like, that was, I didn't know that you experienced that.
No, I didn't experience that. It was just a question. Like, sometimes that's what happens when you date someone that's younger. It just is a question that arises. I didn't have anybody hate or anything on your age. Nothing like that. Like, everybody's fine with it. And I think for the most part, my friends are like, as long as you're happy, like, hey, we happy. Mm-hmm. It's not a big deal at all.
Yeah. Age has never been an issue for me. I've dated younger. I've dated same age. Mm-hmm. I've dated older. Younger was a little bit too immature for me. Mm-hmm. Same age, when it comes to a man, y'all still not mature enough at the same age.
I feel like guys are like 5 years behind women.
Something like that. So that wasn't for me. And so I swore off younger men. Like, I had this so I'm 31. If I was to be in the dating pool now, I would go for someone that is 30, 35 and up. Like, that would be my...
Just for that maturity factor, that maturity reason?
Yeah. So, like, you were right in there, girl. You was right there.
Just made it.
I've even tried talking to older men, like sugar daddies. Like,
really?
Not yes.
Okay.
Yes, really.
You're like, not yeah. Appreciate your honesty.
But like that age, like whether it was
what's that age? Oh, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Whether it was to gain something from them or not. Like, I talked to this one guy who actually I thought was like kind of cool. But all he wanted to talk about was like stupid stuff. Like, old men want to hear themselves talk all the time. And I was just like...
How old was he?
He was, okay. I want to say he was probably in his 50s.
Okay.
Yeah, like 50, 55, 56.
Okay.
But he was a good looking older guy. Like tall, like caramel skin. He used to play football professionally. I was like, okay. And so we had that common interest, but all he wanted to talk about was fucking football.
And you like,
and how I played football and how he thought that was so cool. And I'm just like, how many times can we talk about the same thing over and over again?
Promise.
So I got bored and I was just like, okay, yeah, nah, this not gonna work for me.
I mean, in his defense, I don't know this man, but it's hard to separate, like, even when you graduate from college, right? We both played Division I collegiate sports. Like when you get done, you're like, what am I going to do? At least it was like that for me. Like, what am I going to do? Like, I've been playing sports my whole life. I've been playing collegiately. Like, what am I going to do? So just, that tidbit in his defense. And I don't even know the man.
Okay. What also turned me off was we went out to dinner one night.
Okay.
And he took me back to his apartment and like he was showing me around. Literally, like his apartment was an art museum and it wasn't bigger than my finger. But he lives downtown, so square footage is very expensive
and very hard to come by.
Yeah. And so I mean, like some of his art pieces were cool and everything like that, but I wasn't interested. I didn't care. I think maybe because I was already turned off from some of the other things that he did earlier that day. Okay. Right. So then we had some wine and he kept calling it Chardonnay. He was like, do you want some, I'm sorry, not Chardonnay, Cabernet. You want some Cab? I got some Cab. And I was like, oh, sure. And the whole time I'm telling him, it's not Cab, it's Merlot. You have Merlot, which is a different type of wine.
Okay, so you being a bartender, that kind of like...
It just added to the list. And I was like, so you don't know, not only are you annoying and you talk about the same things over and over again, but you also don't know what you're talking about. And you probably can't read because it says Merlot.
Be nice. Be nice.
It said Merlot.
Okay.
And so that wasn't the part that's most important. He got drunk off of like a glass of Merlot. And I was just like, take me home. I want to go home. And I can't even say take me home because he didn't have a car. Okay. I drove. So
I'm out.
Yeah. I did end up leaving. But he was still a nice guy. Yeah. But that's when I realized, this whole age, that big of an age gap,
it's too much.
that was too much for me.
What's the sweet spot then?
The sweet spot is 41.
Period. Period.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You win.
For the rest of your life.
Period. So what about under age gap, clearly, like I have more experience just in general than you, because that's what happens when you live life, right? Mm-hmm. Do you ever feel like I come off as like teacher-ish, or like I'm trying to assert I know better than you, pointing my finger or whatever, about this life experience?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if you did do that I would not like it. Mm-hmm. To be quite honest with you, I like when you share stuff or teach me about things that I don't know about, because some things that like slipped or fell through the cracks when it came to my mom. Like she was a single mom for many years. Mm-hmm. And even when she was married, she was also still a single mom, no shade. Right. And so, some things fell through the cracks, or I also have ADD. So maybe I wasn't paying attention to a lot of the things that were going on or around me. And there are some things that I don't know, and you're able to help me understand and break down some of those things, whether it's finances, whether it's talking about preparing to buy a house, like all those things. I know nothing. And one of the things that my mom used to always say was like, you were in the room when we signed the papers and how that miracle happened. And the miracle is that I guess we didn't have enough money for the closing. Mm-hmm. At the time, the current residents of the house was staying in our house for like another month and a half or so. And they were going to be paying us rent until their house was built. Their new house was built. And so they ended up paying that money up front, and that was used to
for closing.
Yeah, for the closing costs.
Okay.
So she was like, you were there for that miracle and all that kind of stuff. So you were there, you understand. No, I don't. I didn't know what you were talking about. I mean, I knew that we got the house. Yeah. But I didn't know what was happening. Yeah. I know nothing about like retirement fund or like ROH, HOR, whatever the fuck it's called.
So Roth IRA.
Roth IRA, all those letters. I don't know. But you're able to, teach me those things. And I don't think of it as you lecturing me or anything like that. I take it as you know better than I do.
Okay, that's fair. I never want to come off as like preachy or a know-it-all at all. And it's funny because one of the things, because I was talking about you when you weren't around to my neighbors. And one of the things when we first started dating, my neighbor said was, okay, you have to make sure you don't come off as like preachy or teachy. And I was like, yeah, you're right about that. Because that could be a turnoff to some people. Like it could be like I'm reasserting myself and my age and my knowledge to you every time I say something. So I definitely don't want to do that. So I am conscious of that when we're talking. But I'm glad you appreciate just like little tidbits here and there. I'll be trying to learn you, girl.
I appreciate it. I honestly do, because who else am I going to learn it from? And I learned by watching and seeing.
I was going to say Google, but we know the type of relationship. You have a love-hate relationship with the Google.
Every time I don't know something, Google it. No, I don't have time. Just tell me. Jeez, nobody wants to sit there and read all the damn time. Like when you don't know something. I'm tired of school.
But that's how you gain your knowledge, is through reading.
I get it.
Hey, you know what they say?
If it's something that I'm interested in, I will read it.
But you know what they say, though?
What they say?
If you don't want Black people specifically to know anything, put it in a book.
That's deep. I'll put it on the audio book.
I can't stand you.
I'm just saying. Sometimes I don't have time to do all that. Sometimes I don't even want to watch a video. When it comes to putting things together, I don't look and read at directions. I figure it out.
Oh, you crazy. I'll read directions all day. Because then what if I put part A to part J and it was supposed to go to part B? Now I got to start over?
You got to look at the end picture.
No.
Do you when you put together a puzzle?
That's our age gap.
When you put together a puzzle, do you read directions?
You don't have to. There's no direction to a puzzle. You just look at the pictures.
So if I put this table together, it was a puzzle. No, it's not. You look at that picture, you're like, okay, so this go with this. No. Oh, this to go to, okay, I see.
The thing, though.
You screw. Got it. Okay. Got it. And look at that. It's standing nice and tall.
Here go the thing, though. You might have screw A, B, and C. It might be A and C at the end, and then you might have C at the top.
You mean B?
I mean, no.
See,
I'm sorry. You say have A and B at the end. And actually, I did mean A and C because A, B, C.
Right. So I said B at the top.
Yeah, B at the top.
Right.
Okay. Thank you for correcting me.
You're welcome.
B at the top. But there could be another one that's A, B, C as well. But the B hole could be at the bottom of like the screw part. So now if you flip that thing, you got to start over.
Guess what? Sometimes it's labeled.
No. Yes. Sometimes it is, but no, not all the time.
Look, I figure it out, and the stuff I put together come out great.
To be determined.
You saw it. This is living proof right here. That cage, proof. Okay, the other cage, proof. Like, I don't know.
We're talking about cages. I'm talking in a little simple table.
This ain't a simple table.
Have you
this
ever
don't look
put together IKEA furniture?
Yes.
And you read the
No, because it's in Swedish.
You don't have to. It's all pictures. It's not in Swedish. Stop lying. Stop your lying, girl.
I'm just talking.
But that's an example, I think. I feel like of our age gap. I have a tad more patience when it comes to that, whereas
you don't when it comes to making the bed.
I do not. But you ain't have to put that out there, though. That wouldn't
you didn't have to put out there that I didn't make the playoffs.
Oh, we petty now? Thought we wasn't gonna do petty in this relationship.
You started.
Can't stand you.
You
I love you. Yes, I do.
I know. Love you too.
Okay, good. Just make sure when I'm older and I'm in my walker and I need my underwear changed, don't leave
Go
me
get the
hanging.
nurse. Oh. I ain't gonna leave you hanging.
Okay, thank you.
I ain't gonna leave you hanging at all.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Until next time, guys.
All right,
Thanks
y'all,
for listening.
Good. Peace.
Bye.
Stuck inside my mental. She got a body like a temple. Even though she drives me crazy, I tell everyone that's my baby. She's pretty like a 4K sunset. Blue-eyed baby from the Midwest. Body so bad when she undressed. If I was your ex, I'd be upset. Little did he know.